What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what is affecting it today, and what shorts are up to. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. Starting off, Lucid is down 3.32%, 347 the low, 362 the high. No actual news from the company itself, no SEC filings, just reacting for the most part to the broader market's fear, and that fear is stemming from that 50 basis point cut. So honestly, people are debating whether that's a good thing, bad thing, whether that is going to lead to a recession or not. But as of today, it seems like fear is very much on. There was one thing that did come out, not official news, but once again, I think Lucid is fairly slow for that, but Lucid Oasis did post that they did open up a new office in Southfield, Michigan. So we already know that there's a lot of big companies in that general vicinity. So I think that's good. So maybe that might be a precursor for something bigger, but especially for it being a California-based company, the fact that they're kind of switching the pivot of the location might mean something. Again, collaboration or something along those lines, but still at this stage in the game, that is just speculation, and most likely, especially no different than any other rumor, it is nothing going to amount to it. So as of today though, shorts are still increasing, not nearly as much as they were over the last 4, 5 days or 6 days. I don't even remember. It's all blending together now, but 873,000 shares are being increased. 30.17% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 270.45 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 7.04, and then utilization is 93.17. One thing that could really kind of justify why shorts have been rather active is to break down Lucid on a technical level. And as of right now, the time of doing this video, it is below that 50-day moving average. So generally, not the best. And we already know exactly what that means for Lucid on a technical stance. Quickly popping over to IBKR, Elliott Wave Technicals does have a pivot point of $3.35. So for as long as it is below that, then this is where it is anticipated to get between that kind of 286 and 250 range. If it was able to stay above that, then it was kind of anticipated to get between that high fours for the most part. So yeah, not necessarily the best. No new analyst ratings. So last one was done 8 days ago, 9. So a lot of that was linked to their manufacturing and tech day, and which was good, got to give them that. But clearly the market isn't really believing that Lucid has all these kind of dealers lined up and partnerships, and it's just them burning through quite a lot of cash. That's how I think the market is really seeing Lucid as. Looking at options, kind of low dollar value. So 191,000 in calls, 153,000 in puts. 51% of all the options being done today are bearish. And with shorts increasing today and them increasing over the last several trading days, that usually does mean that they are hedging with call options. So if you're factoring that in, kind of subtracting it out, I guess, if that makes sense, it is a lot more bearish today. So still not the best. Then again, looking at this though, at the options, that's kind of been the writing on the wall for a while now. So of the call options that are being purchased, you do see a consensus for it to be between that like $3.50 and $4 range by next week. Then looking at puts, now you are starting to see it sub $3, possibly between that $3.50 and $3. So like I said, just not a lot of optimism. With today being Friday though, this is the current outlook for the open interest. So you have 16,000 at that 250, 3,000 at that 3, and then 8,000 at that 350. So shorts and market makers do have a financial interest in order to keep it below that 350 to have basically this and higher all expire worthless. So during power hour, you might see additional suppression for it to stay below that 350. We'll just have to wait and see. But these are all the transactions that are occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So still, big money isn't really looking at Lucid to buy the dip. if that makes sense. And actually even looking right here, retail is doing the same. Retail is kind of getting out of Dodge for the most part, whether it be because of broader fears or specific to Lucid, I'm not really sure. But as of right now, with it at $3.49, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. Very wide gaps, so just kind of anticipate a continuation of a lot of volatility in the foreseeable future. But aside from that kind of pivot of that 50-day moving average, 313 is going to be the strong support via the fib levels, and then $3.75 is going to be that next strong kind of resistance slash target. In my opinion, I do feel that Lucid is going to continue to break down until they unveil the Gravity, right? That is the next big catalyst. There's just too many question marks like revolving the Gravity, such as the true price. How many can they actually deliver and produce? Because Peter in the past, when he's been asked about that, he just simply says, as much as there's demand, we'll provide, which is technically a good answer, but at the same time, it's not really answering the question, because demand, like, you don't know demand unless he's pre-assuming what demand is. I don't know. It's just a lot of grayness. So again, this is why most likely it will continue to trend down. And based on the actual chart, like I said, just watch for that 50-day moving average to be that pivot for Lucid. Stochastic, you do see it at 32, so arguably getting to the oversold status. And then at the same time, you do see a bearish deviation. So this is a quick summary on exactly what is happening with Lucid, what shorts are doing, and everything that you need to know. So what is your thoughts, for instance, on this? I feel like this kind of came out of left field. There was a rumor maybe like 8 months ago. Actually, it wasn't a rumor. It was an article that came out saying that Lucid is hiring a lot of engineers for I believe it was the Detroit area, and that there was going to be a new location for them. So at that time, Ford also came out saying that they're kind of looking and studying the Air. So I think at that stage, that was another rumor about a potential partnership. But now that this actually is being stated, I guess through social media, not necessarily officially through Lucid, maybe that means something. Like, do you guys think that this is going to amount to something or not? And when it comes down to shorts, what is really going to cause them to get off of Lucid's back? Do you think it's just ramping up on production, stopping of dilution, partnership? What do you think is going to really give them the middle finger? What's your thoughts? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, make sure you guys definitely take advantage of this promo. It does give you 5 free stocks, kick-ass deal, link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.